I'm having my weekly man bashing session with my best friend, and I say, I don't understand how these women can crush on these men. How could you have a crush on that? To which my friend says to me, bitch, you don't remember you had a crush on the man not too long ago? I said, excuse me? What are you talking about? She said, the wedding. She's not wrong. There was a time. And in my defense, we were on an island, okay? Love was in the air. The man in question was on a season of American Idol, and it only lasted for 8 hours. So really, what is that really? Temporary insanity? I don't even think we could call it a crush, but for the purposes of this story, that's what we'll call it. So we get to the island, okay? Me and my homies are out to dinner. I look up and I see this gentleman. I said, oh, you're handsome. Just because I'm a lesbian doesn't mean I can't tell who the handsome men are. Come on. So it's me, the handsome man, my homegirl and my other homegirl and my best friend sitting at the table with me, right? So we having dinner, we having a good time, but I'm realizing the handsome man, we'll call him H&M, he's being real flirtatious. So I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I can flirt back. Just because I'm a lesbian doesn't mean I don't know how to flirt. But I'm noticing that my other homegirl, who is sitting just to the left of H&M, we'll call her Gigi. I peep Gigi peeping us. Gigi's looking at him, Gigi's looking at me. She's looking at him, she's looking at me. Volleying back and forth, peeping the scene, clocking the energy. I sense tension, but I choose to disregard it. So we're going on about our business. We're having a time. I find out H&M is the singer for the wedding. Why does this excite me? I have 2 unconventional deal breakers. Number 1, you gotta like roller coasters. Number 2, you gotta be down for karaoke. So I say, we should do karaoke because I'm trying to see something. And he said, I would love that. Do you sing? I said, do I sing? Tell me else is the breathe with no air. So no air, no air. I have a note. I can hold a note. So we are walking and talking. We're feeling cute, okay? He's like, let's go walk down this way. We leave the group. We take a walk. We do a little loop. We're talking. We're getting to know each other. He walks me around the island, and then we walk back to my Airbnb. He's like, look, I got to go take my homeboy back to our Airbnb on the other side of the island, but don't fall asleep because I still want to go to karaoke. And I'm like, okay. So I go to sleep. I go to bed. I wake up the next day. I'm so excited because I'm going to a sunrise yoga session. And I open my phone and I have a note from H&M. And he says, damn, you fell asleep, didn't you? Okay, well, I'm excited to see you today. Very cute. So I go to my yoga. I get back. I'm feeling refreshed. My girls are already awake. Everybody's getting ready. I notice somebody's missing. Where's Gigi? But as soon as I clock that Gigi's missing, the front door opens. Guess who walks in? It's Gigi. Guess what Gigi's wearing? She's wearing the shirt from H&M. Not our favorite local low-cost clothing store, no. She's wearing H&M's shirt. I clock it immediately, but I'm like, no, this can't be right. I sit down, okay? She sits in the couch across the way with an unmistakable postcoital glow. She immediately starts regaling us with what happened last night. So I went to H&M's room and we had a good time. Let's just say that. My best friend says, did you have a good time or did you have a good time? She said, we had a good time. I'm in the corner with my head down, with my head in the phone, but I can feel her looking at me. She says, but you know what? He was such a gentleman. He even gave me his shirt to wear home. I look up. She's looking at me with that face like, the face of a girl that just want a nigga. And me, I was still a lesbian. You know, for a second there, I thought maybe this is God's way of telling me that I need to dip my toe back in the dick pool. But clearly he wants me to remain a lesbian, and I'm fine with that. Fast forward to the wedding. I watched my friend come down the aisle. She looks absolutely gorgeous. Black excellence. Okay, I see the groom. He's got tears in his eyes looking at his bride to be. And I choose to take one furtive glance over at the wedding singer, Mr. H&M himself. And he's looking at me and singing his song. Looking like fucking Jodeci. Looking like Day 26 trying to make the band. You had your chance, sir, and you blew it. All up inside, my friend. We're done here. So I go about the rest of the wedding, minding my business. I sit at my table. H&M decides that this is his opportunity to continue our conversation. So he sits down next to me. He says, hey, you didn't answer any of my text messages. What's going on? I said, well, H&M, I've been busy, enjoying myself on this here island. How about you? Have you been busy, H&M? He says, yeah, you know, with all the wedding stuff. But it's good to see you. You look beautiful. I said, do I? Do I, H&M? You know who else looks beautiful tonight? You know who looks gorgeous tonight? Gigi. I just let it hang there. I let my words hang there in the silence so he could pick up what I was putting down. The color washed out of his face as he realized that I knew who he'd been with, who he'd been in, where he'd been, what he'd been doing, who had his shirt. And he said, well, hey, I don't know what you heard. Oh, H&M. You know exactly what I heard, motherfucker. Me and her are just friends. It's nothing crazy, okay? I'm really into you. I want to talk to you and get to know you. Well, we got this time left on this island. I'm good. Enjoy the wedding. And then I got up to go get cake. I haven't had a crush on a man in 7 years. I was feeling very confuzzled. And then he did the thing that men do, which is put their penises in places that don't make sense based on the words that they've said to you. Oh my God. And that's the last time I had a crush on a man. Anticlimactic, uneventful, wholly disappointing. A consistent experience that I have with people who have penises.